Hello everyone, Korimuru here, and welcome back to my channel. In today's Sega topic, I wanted to make a fun video to celebrate the 5th anniversary of Sakura Wars 2019, also known as Shin Sakura Taisen, which was released in Japan on December 12, 2019. This small retrospective is personal for me because I love the Sakura Wars franchise since I was a kid. For this video, I will be reflecting on my thoughts and impressions on Sakura Wars 2019 when it was first released and how I feel about the game now, 5 years later. I'll cover the game's development, story, characters, gameplay changes, and my personal impression while reflecting on its impact on fans, the future for the series, and hear your thoughts on the game by the end of this video. Before we dive into my retrospective on Sakura Wars 2019, let me know if you'd like for me to cover more retrospectives on other Sega games I love. Show your support by giving this video a like, sharing it, and subscribing to the channel for more Sega and gaming content. Now, let's dive in. After the release of Sakura Wars So Long My Love and the spin-off title Dramatic Dungeon Sakura Wars, Sega made the tough decision to put the series on hold. Many thought the franchise has ended, especially after their farewell concert for So Long My Love. However, behind the scenes, scenario director Takaharu Terada kept pitching ideas to Sega year after year, only to be turned down each time. Things began to change during Sega Fest 2016 in Tokyo. In a fan poll about dormant Sega franchises, Sakura Wars was overwhelmingly voted the most wanted revival. This enthusiasm encouraged Sega to greenlight a new project, with actual development beginning shortly afterward. In 2018, Sega CEO Haruki Satomi officially announced the game at Sega Fest, initially calling it Project Sakura Wars. The development team, Sega CS2 R&D, known for their work on franchises like Sonic the Hedgehog, Puyo Puyo, and Valkyria Chronicles 4, will be working on this title. Given the time gap since the last mainline entry, the team decided to make Sakura Wars 2019 a soft reboot while continuing the original story. This approach respected the series' legacy while modernizing it for a new generation. The development team behind the project was a mix of returning veterans and newcomers. Sega producer Tetsu Kakano, known for his work on the Sonic the Hedgehog series, joined the franchise for the very first time. Meanwhile, veterans like director Tetsuya Osubo, scenario director Takaharu Terada, and composer Kohei Tanaka brought their expertise to the project. Kohei Tanaka, a longtime contributor to the series, composed a brand new soundtrack including the theme song, Genki Teikoku Kanekidan Shensho. This song bridged the series' past and future, symbolizing a fresh start for the Imperial Combat Review. Sega also brought in new staff writers, story writer Jiro Ishin and scenario writer Takaaki Suzuki to handle the story and characters in this new title, bringing new perspectives to the narrative. This project will be the first Sakura Wars game to not have any creative oversight by original series creator Oji Hiroi. The game was built using Sega's Hedgehog Engine 2, previously used in the Sonic the Hedgehog games like Sonic Forces and later Sonic Frontiers. The cutscenes were crafted with techniques perfected with the assistance from RGG Studio, known for their work on the Like a Dragon series, creating a seamless transition between gameplay and cinematic storytelling. Despite these advancements, the development team faced significant pressure. Longtime fans within Sega were often critical of their work, pushing them to create a game worthy of the series' reputation. Set in the alternate 1940s steampunk-inspired Tokyo, Sakura Wars 2019 introduces Seijiro Kamiyama, a young naval officer tasked with leading the new Imperial Combat Review's Flower Division. This new team of performers and warriors is struggling to regain its prestige after years of decline. Kamiyama must help rebuild the division, balancing their theatrical duties with their secret role as protectors of humanity against demonic threats. Along the way, he forms bonds with a new cast of spirited heroines, each with unique personalities and dreams. While you play as Kamiyama in the game, you're introduced to the main cast of your squadron, including Sakura Amamiya, a rookie performer in the Flower Division. Inspired by her idol Sakura Shinguji, she's passionate about protecting Tokyo and dreams of restoring the theater to its former glory. Hatsuo Shinonome, A lively Shrine Maiden who loves her city and its people. She's proud of her working class roots and has a bold personality, but underneath her tough exterior, she's a loyal and reliable teammate. Anastasia Palma. A world-famous actress from Greece who has performed in theaters around the globe. With her talent and charisma, she can play any role from a dashing hero to a mysterious feminine fatale. Azami Mochizuki. A skilled ninja from the legendary Mochizuki clan, she's highly trained in martial arts and weapons, and she lives strictly by the 108 village rules passed down by her ancestors. And Clarissa Snowflake, a curious and book-loving girl with magical abilities from Luxembourg. She's always eager to learn and spend her days reading books about a wide variety of topics. In addition to the main cast, the supporting characters of Sakura Wars 2019 play a vital role in enriching the world of the game. Here are the supporting characters who help Kamiyama and the Flower Division navigate their challenges. Sumire Kenzaki, the stern but caring commander of the Flower Division. Sumire is a former star performer of the original Imperial Combat Review. Her guidance is both authoritative and nurturing, ensuring the team to maintain their balance between theoretical excellence and their roles as defenders of humanity. Kaoru Rendo. As Sumire's secretary, Kaoru is indispensable in keeping the administrative and logistical aspects of the Grand Imperial Theater running smoothly. Her composed demeanor masks a sharp wit, which she occasionally uses to nudge the team towards success. Komachi Oba, the energetic shopkeeper of the Grand Imperial Theater's gift shop, Komachi is a constant source of cheer and optimism. As part of the Wind Division alongside Kaoru, she provides intel and essential supplies to Kamiyama's team for battle, while always looking for new items to sell to her customers. Reiji Shiba, the Flower Division's tech-savvy mechanic and Kamiyama's friendly rival, Reiji ensures that the team's spiritual armor, the Mugen, stays in top condition. His brilliant engineering skills and rivalry with Kamiyama add a layer of camaraderie and competition to the group dynamic. The game also introduces several rival combat reviews from across the world for the Flower Division to face off against in the Combat Review World Games, hosted by WLOF. Yang Xiaolong and Huang Yui of the Shanghai Combat Review. Yang is a typical hot-blooded man who hates anything cricket and is a talented cook, while Yui has a bright yet competitive personality. Together as skilled martial artists, they work together at a restaurant in Tokyo while showcasing the prowess of Shanghai's elite team by protecting the city from demons. Arthur and Lancelot leading the London Combat Review. Arthur is a chivalrous knight with a strong sense of justice, while Lancelot, nicknamed the Black Knight, has a fiery determination of seeking strong opponents and adds unmatched swordsmanship skills to their team. Elise and Margaret of the strict Berlin Combat Review. This elite duo operates with cold precision, their stoic personalities contrasting sharply with their impressive combat skills. Beyond the theater and reviews, Kamiyama meets a colorful array of Tokyo residents. Isuki Saijo, a devoted fan of the Grand Imperial Theater, Isuki's enthusiasm for the Flower Division is contagious. She often brings humor to the game with her relentless admiration. Harumi Hongo, a gentle and kind clerk at the Mikazuki confectionery shop, many customers visit the shop just to see her. In addition to selling Japanese sweets, she also works diligently to develop new products. But when people eat the prototypes she creates, strange phenomenon tends to happen. Poor Kamiyama. Yatasai Mochizuki is Azami's foster parent and the said leader of the legendary Mochizuki clan of ninjutsu. Yatasai taught the ways of the ninja to Azami in place of her parents, alongside the 108 village rules. And lastly, Hakushu Murasame, a mysterious and skilled swordswoman who serves as Sakura Mamiya's mentor. Hakushu's playful use of wordplay and love for Omi rice balance her stoic, highly skilled nature. The antagonists in the new Sakura Wars are equally compelling characters that the Imperial Combat Review must face throughout the game, led by Sotetsu Genon, who seeks to revive the Archdemon and destabilize the world. His henchmen Oboro and Yasha add complexity to the conflict. Oboro's arrogance and mastery of destructive magic clash with Yasha's enigmatic connection to the Flower Division, creating tension and intrigue throughout the story. Sakura Wars 2019 delves into the theme of rebuilding, identity, and teamwork set against a backdrop of resilience and hope. The game emphasizes the importance of perseverance, balancing the legacy of the past with the need to adapt to a new era, and finding strength in artistic expression and teamwork. When it came to creating initial character designs for the new Sakura Wars title, the main characters and their weapons were designed by Tate Kobu, a manga artist best known for his work on the Bleach series. Kobu was suggested early in the development process as the team wanted someone skilled in designing traditional Japanese clothing and characters with a fresh and modern take. This decision traced back to the reoccurring protagonist archetype of a young Japanese woman in Komodo, first seen with Sakura Shinguji and now Sakura Mamiya. Kubo described the design process as both difficult and fun, as he worked outside his usual style to create characters that felt true to the Sakura Wars universe. His designs were later transformed into 3D gameplay models by animator Masashi Kudo, who had worked on the Bleach anime adaptation. Kubo personally vouched for Kudo, believing only he could faithfully bring the characters to life in 3D. The mechanical designs for the game's spiritual armor Mugen were crafted by longtime series mecha designer Mika Akitaka, ensuring continuity with the franchise's past. Other guest artists in the industry also contributed designs to the supporting cast and rival combat reviews. K-On! Creator Yukiko Hiroguchi designed Xiaolong and Yui of the Shanghai Combat Review. Bun Bun, known for Sword Art Online, created designs for the London Combat Review leads Arthur and Lancelot. Fumikane Shimada of Girls Unpanzerred handled the designs of the Berlin Combat Review members Elise and Marguerite. Persona series character designer Shigenori Sojima designed the mysterious Hakushu Morasame. Noisy Ito, creator of Harumi Suzumiya, brought Suzuki Sanjo and Harumi Hongo to life. Let's not forget the famous Pokemon designer Ken Sugimori, who lent his talent to create Peanut, the advertising mascot of the Imperial Theater. This collaborative effort gave each character a unique and expressive identity, helping to expand the game's setting while preserving its rich heritage. When I first started playing Sakura Wars 2019, it immediately brought back memories of the earlier games, especially the first two in the series. A lot of the characters felt like modern callbacks to past favorites. For example, Sakura Mamiya's unwavering optimism and dedication reminded me so much of the original series heroine, Sakura Shinguji. Likewise, Hatsuo's fiery personality and tomboyish nature felt like a nod to Kana Karishima. With that said, the new heroines weren't just carbon copies of the originals. Like other Sakura Wars games I've played over the years, each character brings their own unique traits, struggles, and dreams to the table, making them feel fresh and relatable. I was especially impressed by how each of the main heroines' personalities were revealed gradually during the story, and how expressive and well animated they were during dramatic scenes as the story unfolded. The game's adventure segments were another standout for me. Much like the earlier titles, you can freely explore the Imperial Theater and the bustling streets of Ginza, just wandering around and seeing how alive the world felt. Talking to the locals, discovering bromides of past and present Flower Division members, and interacting with the supporting characters through sub-events never got old. One of my favorite pastimes was playing Koi Koi Wars, though I have to admit, Sumire gave me a serious run for my money.
"この曲は私の勝ちね。恋恋に関してはまだまだ現役。鍛え直してきなさい。
One feature I was thrilled to see return was the Live Interactive Picture System, or LIPS for short. This system is one of the defining features of the Sakura Wars series, and it was great to see it preserved in the reboot with additional modern touches to feel more livelier. The choices you make during conversations can feel either impactful or hilariously awkward, whether it's through time responses in normal lips or the more dynamic analog lips, where you adjust the intensity of your actions or words. I'll never forget moments where I had to quickly choose how Kamiyama would respond to people he talks to and how expressive he would get, especially in hilarious situations.
違う誤解だ
変態だ
The way these interactions influenced the heroine's trust levels made it even more rewarding. When a character's trust in Kamiyama grows, it opens up special trust events, which are intimate moments where you can deepen your bond with one of the Flower Division members. One thing I really appreciate about these gameplay mechanics in the series is how they tie directly into the gameplay. The higher a character's trust level, the better they perform in battles. It made me feel every choice I made mattered, both in the story and in combat. However, Sakura Wars 2019 introduces a significant gameplay change, moving away from the series' classic turn-based strategy combat to real-time action battles. In battle segments, you and your team pilot spiritual armor mechs known as Mugen to protect Tokyo from demonic threats and compete in the Combat Review World Games against rival teams. As I played the game for the first time, I was pleasantly surprised how fluid the combat felt. Being able to freely control the Mugen mechs on the battlefield, jumping between platforms, and pulling off some sick aerial combos gave the gameplay some dynamic moments that were fresh and engaging. It reminded me of games like Devil May Cry and Bayonetta, but simpler to maneuver around. The dodge mechanic, which slows down time when you evade an enemy attack perfectly, quickly became one of my favorite features. It felt incredibly satisfying to outmaneuver enemies and unleash a fury of attacks in slow motion. Moments like these captured the feeling of being a part of an epic anime battle against evil, something I always loved about the series. Switching between Kamiyama and other squad members mid-battle added variety, as each heroine brought their own unique combat style and abilities. And of course, executing powerful special moves with amazing cinematic cutscenes looks absolutely gorgeous in action. These moments, especially the combined attacks showcasing cutscenes with Kamiyama and one of the heroines together, not only looked incredible, but also reinforced the bonds between the characters. However, as much fun as I had, I couldn't ignore some shortcomings. As I played the game further, battle objectives felt a bit too straightforward and repetitive compared to the tactical challenges of past games. The boss battles, while visually impressive, didn't always live up to their potential in terms of strategy. And honestly, the dodge mechanic, while fun, felt a little overpowered. There were moments where I could easily exploit the game by slowing down enemy movements repeatedly to make fights easier than they should have been. Even with these flaws, my first impressions of the combat system were fairly good overall. It was very different from what I was used to, but it still managed to capture the spirit of the series in its own way. Even 5 years later, I still enjoy playing the battles in the BattleBot Simulator, but I hope future games bring back some of the strategic depth that made the original games special. When Sakura Wars 2019 was announced at Sega Fest 2018, I couldn't believe it. Sega deciding to bring the series back and publish it worldwide was like a dream come true for fans like me. I was so excited to the point that I imported the collector's edition before the Western release. Playing the game for the first time in 2019 was an emotional experience. Seeing new characters carrying the legacy of the Flower Division, the callbacks, and discovering how Sega modernized the series while keeping its charm was everything I hoped for. The way the game handled each heroine's characterization in each chapter with expression was incredible for a dramatic adventure game. It gave the new Flower Division so much personality and made them feel like worthy successors to the original team. One moment that stood out for me was hearing the return of Miracle Bell from Sakura Wars 2. Seeing the new heroines carry on that legacy almost brought me into tears. Even now, I still revisit Sakura Wars on my PS5 to play Koi Koi Wars or relive some of their heartfelt moments in the story. It's nostalgic, yet an experience I'll never forget. Despite mixed reception from critics and longtime fans, the game successfully introduced Sakura Wars to a new generation and rejuvenated the fan base filled with longtime fans since the original games. Looking ahead, I have so many ideas for where the next Sakura Wars game could go next. I'd love to see a sequel that dives deeper into the characters' lives after the events of the previous game, giving us more personal stories and growth. I also think the next game should bring back legacy characters like Kaede Fujieda and my boy Kayama to mentor the new Flower Division and introduce more new characters to fit the narrative. One of the important features I felt were missing in this game was the variety of character-themed minigames from earlier titles. Playable minigames that allow you to help Sakura Mamiya with her swordsmanship, practice ninja stealth with Azami, or even a QTE minigame that involves rehearsing for the next stage performance will be cool to see in the sequel. For combat, I like to see a mix of old and new. Keep the action from Sakura Wars 2019, but bring back the strategic challenges of the original games. Lastly, I love to see Sega remaster the first 5 games, updating the visuals, improving localization, and making these classics available on modern platforms would be the perfect way to connect new fans with the series' roots. With Sega showing interest in reviving classic franchises, this doesn't feel too far-fetched. And that concludes my retrospective. Thank you so much for watching and celebrating the 5th anniversary of Sakura Wars 2019 with me. Looking back after 5 years, this game still holds a special place in my heart. While it has its flaws, it brought back the Sakura Wars franchise back into the spotlight and introduced a new generation of fans to this unique charm. It may not be my absolute favorite in the series, but sometimes I keep coming back to it. Have you played Sakura Wars 2019 on PlayStation 4? Who is your favorite Flower Division member? And what would you like to see in the sequel? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more Sega retrospectives, please like, share, and subscribe. Your support means so much to me and keeps me excited to share more about the games I love. Until next time, Taicho cherry blossoms amidst a fanciful storm.